Welcome to the Philippine Stories Deep Dive channel. Today, we're going to dive into something pretty interesting. I think the role of a senator in the Philippines.
Oh, okay.
You know, when you first think about it, you might think it's pretty straightforward. But honestly, when I was thinking about it the other day, I realized I had some pretty basic, maybe even wrong ideas
Interesting.
about what they actually do all day long.
I see.
So luckily, we have an expert here to guide us through all this.
Happy to help. Well, it's definitely more involved than just,
Yeah.
showing up for a vote every now and then.
Right.
The 1987 Philippine Constitution lays out the foundation.
Okay.
And that's a good place to start.
Okay.
It's all about lawmaking, right?
Right.
But that journey from an idea to an actual law,
Yeah.
that's where things get fascinating.
Okay, so lawmaking. It kind of sounds a little dry, right? Just reading endless documents in a stuffy room.
Yeah.
Is that what our senators are spending all their time on?
Not quite.
Okay.
It's true that they have to be incredibly knowledgeable about the issues facing the country.
Right.
I mean, think about it. Education, healthcare, the economy, the environment.
It's a lot.
It's a huge range.
Yeah.
So they're constantly reading reports, meeting with experts,
Right.
talking to the people they represent to really understand the nuances.
So it's more to it than just, having an opinion.
Absolutely.
They actually have to, do their homework.
They have to do their homework, and once they've identified an issue that needs to be addressed,
Okay.
they work with their staff to draft these bills, which are proposals for new laws.
Okay.
Now, you've heard of bills getting amended?
Oh, yeah.
That's the real
Nice.
legislative strategizing comes in.
Amendments. Okay. So are we talking adding a comma here, changing a word there?
Sometimes. It really is that simple, just clarifying language. But often, it's about negotiating compromises, addressing concerns, and making sure the bill truly reflects the needs of the people it's supposed to serve. Of course, you have the whole debate process where senators get to voice their arguments and try to persuade their colleagues.
Okay.
It's not for the faint of heart.
I bet. So say a bill makes it through all of that, gets amended, debated, and finally they vote on it.
Yeah.
What happens if it passes the Senate? Is it a done deal at that point?
Not so fast.
Okay.
It then goes to the House of Representatives, which is like the other half of Congress.
Okay.
They go through their own process of scrutiny and debate.
Mm-hmm.
And if both houses give it the thumbs up, then it lands on the president's desk.
Okay.
And that's when things can get really interesting.
Ooh, suspense.
Because the president holds the power of the veto.
Right, the veto. So even if everyone in the Senate and the House loves this bill, the president can just be like, nope. What are the chances of that actually happening?
Well, it's not uncommon.
Right.
The president has to consider the broader implications, whether the bill aligns with their agenda, and whether it's truly in the best interest of the nation. It's a pretty weighty responsibility, wouldn't you say?
Totally. And speaking of responsibility, we've only talked about one main thing that senators do.
Yeah.
I know there's also this whole thing about investigating anomalies, right?
Yes.
That sounds kind of like detective work.
A little bit.
What's that all about?
You're right. That's a key part of their role.
Okay.
They have the power to conduct inquiries in aid of legislation.
Okay.
That means that these investigations aren't about pointing fingers or punishing anyone directly. They're about gathering information to help them craft better laws.
Okay, so it's like research.
Yeah.
But with more drama.
Yeah, a little bit more drama.
So are we talking about high-profile cases, like corruption scandals?
It runs the gamut. Sometimes it's about understanding the impact of existing laws. Sometimes it's about uncovering systemic issues that need to be addressed. They can call witnesses, demand documents, and really dig deep into a situation.
That's some serious power.
Yeah.
But if they do find evidence of wrongdoing during an investigation, what happens then? Can they, throw someone in jail?
Not quite.
Okay.
They can recommend that charges be filed
Okay.
based on their findings.
Right.
But the decision to actually prosecute
Right.
lies with the Department of Justice or other relevant agencies. It's all about checks and balances, making sure that no one branch of government gets too much power.
It's amazing how much more is involved.
Yeah.
than what we see on the news, right?
It is.
I feel like before this deep dive,
Right.
I mostly pictured senators debating on TV or,
Yeah.
maybe doing some ribbon cuttings.
Right.
But it's so much bigger than that.
Absolutely. It's a job that demands not just intellect, but also integrity, work ethic, and a genuine commitment to public service.
Right.
After all, the decisions they make impact every Filipino.
So it's not just about picking someone. Who gives a good speech, right?
Right.
What would you say are the most important qualities
Yeah,
to look for in a senator?
that's a great question. To consider as we wrap up, think about it. Who would you trust to represent your voice, to make decisions about the issues that matter most to you?
Yeah.
Someone who is a skilled communicator, someone who is a fierce advocate, someone who is deeply knowledgeable about policy, or maybe all of the above.
Yeah.
It's worth reflecting on as you engage with the political landscape.
Yeah, that's a really good point. This deep dive has been incredibly eye-opening, I have to say. I definitely have a lot more to think about now when it comes to the role of a senator. And you know what? I bet our listeners do too.